I've been asked really recently to expand on my presentation that I made very recently on TikTok and YouTube about the King Arthur researcher Ross Broadstock, who died not so long ago alongside Blackett and Wilson. Those names are synonymous with King Arthur. And one of the statements I made is that anyone touching King Arthur, anyone researching King Arthur in great detail, is a career-defining no-go, right, for any historian and archaeologist. You soon get overtaken by naysayers and loads of people coming out of the closet. Now, there were two researchers in regards to the discovery in 1998 in Tadgell, Cornwall, of the Artanu stone. Jackie Nowakowski and Wynne Scott were the two archaeologists in charge of the project, and within no time at all they decided to completely distance themselves with the Artanu stone having any connection to do with King Arthur at all. There was even one archaeologist at the time, and a quote I cannot find, that said that it destroyed their career. Now, whose career has it destroyed? Well, if you want to look at Ross Broadstock, he was riding high. He had thousands of supporters. His show online was something in popularity that I would dream of. You know, there were so many people watching his stuff, supporting his stuff, buying reprints of books and all this stuff, right? And sadly, he passed away. And I'm not going to say under odd circumstances, but the circumstances were pretty strange. But then, in no soon response to that, the whole network of his research started to sort of disintegrate, right? And it's to do with the fact that there were too many people, had too many different views, and Ross Broadstock's legacy was short of being a legacy, right? It could have been massive, right? It could have really thrown the door open for people to really look at King Arthur seriously, but that sadly didn't happen. 1986, you're looking at Eric Talbot. I banged on about this, but Eric Talbot's career was completely destroyed to do with his involvement into research to do with King Arthur. Up until that point, he was a very high-standing archaeologist at Glasgow University, so respected. However, he lost his job in 1986 at Glasgow University. They're doing redundancies, not because he wasn't a brilliant archaeologist, because he was a brilliant archaeologist, unbelievable. You should see his published work. And he decided to put his hat in with King Arthur and Blackett and Wilson. And look what happened to his career. Without going on further, and I can do another video tomorrow, and this has been a pretty long one. Have you anyone ever seen the series Bone Kickers? It came out in 2008, and it was to do with Arthur Hallam's Gleam. It was to do with Tennyson. It was to do, the main archaeologist in it, Professor Maguire, was actually, I think it was Maguire, was Julie Graham. And it was about her mother's career being destroyed because she had an involvement to do with King Arthur. It's quite strange that. I wanted to be a consultant on that series, but the series was cut from being series 2. Why?